And we are live. Hi guys, welcome back to another Eurovoxx live episode. In tonight's episode, we are talking things all Vidbir, Ukraine's national final. Last night we had the performances, and then there was a crash with the voting, so that has been delayed until tonight. And now we've had the jury votes, and we are having the televote come through right now. So let's get reacting, guys.
So currently in the lead is Zifferblatt with 11 points. And in second place, we have Aliona and Jerry Heil with 10 points. And then closely behind that is MALMÖ with 9 points. And the person that ended last in the televote was Navza with 1 point. So they have 3 points in total.
Okay.
The 2 points go to Ingrid. She was quite high with the juries, so she has a total of 10 points. 3 points go to Drevo. So he now has a total of 7 points, meaning that he is not winning. Four points go to Anka. She's also not winning. So 5 points go to Nahaba, who ended last with the juries. So they worked up quite well with the televote compared to that. 6 points go to Skylar.
It's going to get exciting now.
It's going to get very exciting now, isn't it? Any last-minute predictions?
I mean, it's been head-to-head with MALMÖ and Aliona, Jerry Heil, hasn't it, all this time? Yagodi, though, last night, they were incredible.
7 points go to Yagodi.
Okay.
So they have 14 points, which means that they will likely not win. For sure not win, actually. So 8 points. Go to Zifferblatt. Which means that they have not won.
Final three.
So it is between Aliona and Jerry Heil and MALMÖ likely.
What about if we have a
tie?
Yeah,
I remember correctly, the televote decides, but I'm not sure. I'd rather not have a tie.
But it's possible, because if MALMÖ gets 11 and Aliona gets 10. Oh no, MALMÖ
gets 9.
So it's
so it's no surprise anymore. Aliona and Jerry Heil have won because they get either 10 or 11 points, and they get 20 or 21 points, so they've won.
Yes.
Wow, I wasn't expecting MALMÖ to get that low.
So Yaktak is second or first in the televote. So 10 points go to Yaktak, which means that the 11 points go to Aliona and Jerry Heil, which
we
makes
have a winner.
Yes, we have a winner.
Okay, so there we have it, guys. We have Aliona and Jerry Heil, who will be representing Ukraine at this year's Eurovision Song Contest. Before we dive into our discussion, guys, please get involved. We've got our live chat. Ask questions. Tell us what you thought of last night's show, the delay in the voting and the crashing of the voting app, and, of course, the results. How are you feeling about Ukraine's winner? I'm so happy to be joined by Twan, Dillard, and Samuel. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, let's kick things off. What are we thinking? First reactions to this result, Twan. What are your feelings?
I'm so happy. I've loved this song ever since it got released, and actually I've been a fan of Jerry Howell ever since she first participated with Vegan in Vidbir. I think it was 2019, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I just love her, and I'm super happy that she's made it to Eurovision now.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, I know Jerry Howell was in last year's Vidbir as well, wasn't she? So
Yeah.
I love it when like when artists come back when they haven't been successful and they make it. So yeah, love this result, and the song is absolutely beautiful. It's going to be a moment in MALMÖ. Samuel, how are you feeling?
Yeah, it was my favorite as well. When I reacted to it, I was quite impressed. And also, the song also. We saw a little bit how the MALMÖ stage is gonna work. It's like a cross. So I envision this kind of song and performance in a cross environment with like these crosses, these LED walls. I can envision it on the MALMÖ stage actually, and for at least the songs that we know by far, I think that this has the highest chance for winning Eurovision.
Yeah, I think even before we saw the performance, it's just an anthem, isn't it? And it's got such a powerful message. And I think that just kind of like came through even more in the performance last night. And they can only build on that as well. The staging is incredible. So, like you said, they're going to be able to use that to their advantage. Dylan, hi, how are you feeling about tonight's result?
I'm relieved actually. I was a bit afraid that Ziffer might win in the last minute because he was very popular with the jury, which wasn't expected. But I'm happy because Aliona and Jerry were my first or second, depending on the day, favorites. So I'm really happy. I think they have everything to win the contest. I agree with Samuele. I think the performance is amazing. The song is really great. And it is something that I like about Vidbir is that every year it brings back a true part of Ukrainian identity to the contest. And I think this is something also that people are after when they're watching the contest, and that's why Ukraine does usually perform well. So I'm really excited for them, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing them in MALMÖ.
Yeah, I completely agree. Guys, we've got loads of people getting involved in the live chat, so we're going to say hello to some people. We've got DJ Paro the Official. Hey, Sarah. I could see it coming. We have got Booker Christian Silviu. 8 hours of a show when you could have sent Jerry Heil and Aliona through internal selection. This is not Sanremo and not Destination Eurovision with Skylar withdrawing, then not being allowed to withdraw a mess. So that's how he feels about the whole national final process. Fair enough. That's what I say.
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily call this a mess because what happened with the voting was really not in their hands. I mean, I guess if I were them, I don't think they wanted it this way. I think they would have just wanted the results to be yesterday. Yes. So they really can't do anything about the voting. And I think, given the situation, they handled it extremely well because they could have just said, oh, let's just use the jury results. And if that happened, we would have had, I don't even know the band name anymore. I'm sorry. And we would have not had Aliona and Jerry Howell to Eurovision. So I'm very happy that they handled it this way.
Sure. Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one. I think that they were as transparent as they could be. Although it's not what we wanted, it's not what anyone wanted. I think they did the best of a bad situation. And yeah, they've pulled off tonight's show really, really well. Also, who else have we got in the chat? We've got loads of people. We've got Danielle. I'm going to butcher some of these names. Thank you, Samuel. He's very happy. Thank you for joining, guys. Rai Bailey. Hi, Rai Bailey. It's going to be Ukraine versus the UK again. Maybe. Let's see what Ollie Alexander brings to that MALMÖ stage, shall we? And that, we've got ESC Manga. Hey, thank you, Ukraine. Oh, thank you for getting involved. So, guys, we have our result. So, what did you take from last night's national final? What were your best bits? Which performances did you love the most, even after tonight's result? We'll start with Dylan.
Okay, fair enough. So I think that when Vidbir started, I was probably convinced that Aliona, and Jerry Hell would win. They were my favorites. Melvin was close second. And third place was Yaktak. I was slightly disappointed by Yaktak performance, to be honest. I thought that the staging wasn't as it could have been. Maybe he was because he's actually very young, and I think he has a bright future waiting him. So he'll probably be back in Vidbir, and we might see him on stage at some point at Eurovision. But then I have to say that Aliona, and Jerry Hein had delivered an amazing performance that really made me think that they would win the whole contest. But that was just moment before Melvin came to the stage, because Melvin's performance was actually unbelievable. It was nailed from the very beginning to the last minute of the song, the last second. He delivered an amazing performance. I know he has worked on that a lot since his previous participation in Eurovision in 2018. And I have to admit that after his performance, I was kind of divided, between the fact that I wanted Aliona, and Jerry Hall to win, but also that I love the work Melvin has put in. And I would like also to mention the Yagodi band and the song Tsunami that was way beyond my expectations. I think they did great. And again, they are one of the reasons I love Vidbir every year. It's because it is a very qualitative show, and we see every time a true part of Ukrainian identity and culture. In many ways, it gave me some vibes from Go A, and I think they would have been also very fine representative for Ukraine this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, super good explanation there. I completely agree with everything that you said. I think what I took from last night was that there were multiple performances that could represent Ukraine at Eurovision and would do so well. I thought all of the production, the staging, the costumes were on another level compared to some national finals. So yeah, well done Ukraine once again. We're going to go back into the live chat because there's so many people getting involved. Little John UK, hey Little John. After such an interminable process, I was more interested in where Melvin and Yaktak featured in the final scores. Interesting. We've got Mega Kadir. Good final show, looking more and more interesting. For sure, Ukraine give again quality. Yeah, I completely agree with you there. Okay. Yeah. So I think, like I say, Melvin was probably one of my favorites just because that's my kind of music. And I thought his voice was absolutely incredible. But I feel like the graphics of Aliona, and Jerry Heil kind of edged it last night. And again, I think that they've got so much that they can convey on the stage in MALMÖ and elevate this to the next level, really. Samuel, how are you feeling about their upcoming staging? What would you love to see from them? Do you think there's a change?
It's quite impressive to see how a country with such a difficult situation right now can put on a show on this level. It's quite unbelievable. Actually, thinking that last year we saw what we saw their national final in the metro system. It was so it was underground. It was quite surreal. Well, this year it was on another level, and we know that Ukraine always delivers. So I was quite impressed. But of course, I was coming in with a clear favorite, and in the end, it won. So I have to say that I'm super happy. It is actually the performance that I also watched multiple times from yesterday. I think that Jerry Hale has kind of a little bit of sound problems or in-ear problems at one point because she had to.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah. She had to just remove them and actually go within the audio from the studio. So I think that she had a little bit of problems. And even if she didn't, she had this kind of problem. She sung beautifully. I think that she had quite some problems maybe at the beginning of the performance, but later on she recovered beautifully and perfectly. And of course, also the urban touch of Aliona gave the performance 100% the support of the people. I think that they smashed the televote. I don't have of course I don't know if we have already the the numbers, but I think that in Ukraine they are super supported. So I was, of course, I was not surprised when they came first. Yeah, other than that, the performance was quite impressive. Also, the colors, I have to say, they were intriguing. Their costumes were beautiful, especially what Jerry Hale was wearing. She was beautiful in that kind of jumpsuit. I think it was black jumpsuit, and of course, I think that for MALMÖ, this kind of black and orange theme can be kept, but also elevated even more, because as I was saying before, the staging is so much bigger and they can play with lights a lot more. I'm expecting something like in the way of I don't know. I'm imagining something really triumphal or really sacred, almost, and I'm sure that Ukraine is going to play it well, because Ukraine usually know how to stage properly, not like my country. So Ukraine knows how to stage usually. Apart from that, I really liked the performance of Melovin, even if it was not my favorite song. I have to say, it was not my one of my favorites even in 2018. But yeah, the performance that he gave yesterday night was quite impressive, I have to say. Also with those graphics and those lights, we already saw this kind of sparkling suit already in other selections, but this was kind of different also, with all of those effects. And another than that, I was rooting a little bit for Anka, because I really like that song, but the performance was a little bit underwhelming, I have to say. But mostly vocally speaking, it was a little bit underwhelming. So in general, I am really happy with the results, and I have to say that Ukraine has at least a top 5 secured.
Absolutely. Of course, at last year's Eurovision Song Contest, Ukraine had that automatic spot in the grand final. And I don't think there's a doubt in any of our minds that they're going to the final straight away. So, and if not, top 5 easily. Just back to the song. I think this is another Ukrainian song that has such a powerful message. Teresa and Maria, it's super empowering. Based around women's empowerment, but kind of linking it back to history as well and making it really current in nowadays as well. Twan, what do you think about the message of the song and like its importance in a Eurovision? And also, I think there's an idea that it's linking back to religion as well. Do you think that that's going to be something that the wider European audience grab onto, basically?
I definitely think that, because they convey the message very well with the staging and the graphics, even though that most of the song is in Ukrainian, apart from a couple lines that are in English. I think you don't need a translation to get the message that this is about women empowerment. And everyone knows Teresa and Maria, everyone knows them. And I think that everyone will click onto that idea. And we've seen with Jerry Howell that there's other religious references, as last year with When God Shut the Door. There are different references that people will hook onto, and I think that will work really well. But just to hook in on the sound problems that Salmela mentioned, that was also something that I actually noticed, because I also noticed that there were some mixing problems. It sounded like the backing vocals weren't very well mixed in at the beginning. It sounded a bit off. So I'm happy that didn't affect their result, because I was scared that might affect their result, but I'm very happy that it didn't. And I think that they can elevate their performance just to the next level for Eurovision and potentially win, because I think they have everything to potentially win Eurovision.
100%. Yeah, I completely agree.
Go
on, Samuel. Sorry.
Sorry, guys, for interrupting. I just wanted to say that we have kind of, because I was searching for it. We have the results of the televote, if you're interested.
Go for it. Please tell us.
So, with a total of around 1 million votes, more or less. I don't know, because there is not the exact number of the total votes. But
I have the exact number. It's 1,176,176.
Great.
So that's a lot.
Aliona and Jerry Hale received 723,297 votes.
Wow.
So 61% of the
That's a majority.
I mean,
whereas the
It's a landslide.
second one was
Jesus
Yak
Christ.
with La La La, received 107,227 votes, so 9%. It was almost 50% of the votes in difference.
That's insane. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just in speechless after that. We're going to dive into.
I knew they'd win,
Go
but
on.
this much of a landslide, I had not expected.
Crazy. It just shows how popular they are, and also the two, Jerry Hyle and Aliona, two individually amazing artists. So the fact that they've come together is just girl power, isn't it? And
but I think also it reinforced the status of favorite for Ukraine this year, because we all know that to win Eurovision you also need to get home support. So with such a clear winner, we know that Ukrainians are going to work with their band, their representative, to win this contest, and I wouldn't be surprised if we would manage to put it out. Yeah.
And it's quite outstanding that a country that Ukraine, as I was saying before, is such in a dangerous and really difficult situation, received so much love for their national selection that almost over 1 million people also voted. Of course, the time span in which the televote was open was really large, but I was not expecting a lot of people to, like, that sum of people to vote, notwithstanding also taking into consideration almost 60% of the votes going for the clear favorite. And of course, if we think about it, also this kind of system is a little bit, we were talking yesterday with the other guys about the system in Benidorm. Also, this system is not quite, I think, perfect, not good, because of course they received 60% of the televote and they just got 1 point more than the second one, and they received 50% of the votes less. So maybe of course they won, because they won this time. We will not have dramas, hopefully, but
you never know.
Might be
maybe like something different in the way they present the final points.
Maybe I've been always a clear supporter of proportional voting for national finals, as and I don't want to talk about Sanremo all the times, but it's like this for me. Television evenly. So it's good for the televote to have a proportional side, so it represents fully the demographics that voted, But
absolutely, completely valid. We're going to dive into our live chat because we can't forget about these guys. So hey Mark, this is now a strong contender to win the Eurovision Song Contest. I think we definitely all agree with you. No doubt that they're going to kill that staging in Malmö, so completely agree with you there. Let's see. We've got Anguilla Melvin, Crying Face. I think there'll be a few sad people tonight. I absolutely love that song, but I'm going to keep listening to it every single day. We've got Matt Gaga. Hey, Matt Gaga. Hello. Was rooting for Anka since the wildcard vote, but Teresa and Maria was my second, so I'm still happy. Oh, that's so good. Thank you guys for getting involved. Who else have we got? Little John UK says, Rye Bailey, this weekend's results, aside from Malta, make up my new top 3 with Lux number 4.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Me too.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Guys, apart from how did you think this national final compared to others in terms of like production last night, regardless of like the kind of glitch of the voting? How did you compare the show? We'll go. Oh, sorry, guys. New comments. Hide current comment. There we go. We'll go Dylan. Sorry.
I mean, Ukraine has been able to pull out an amazing show. Let's be honest. Of course, there has been a little bit of drama with the process, the voting process, but again, that wasn't really in their hands. They apparently didn't expect so many people to join to vote at the same time. So, okay, they were victim of the success, as we would say in French. But other than that, let's think for a minute here. We're talking about a country that has been at war for 10 years already. with powerful neighbor who has been undermining every sort of infrastructure in Ukraine. And yet, despite that, Ukrainians have showing not only resilience, but also persistence in the national finals. Since 2014, Ukraine has been at war with Russia, and Ukraine has been able to every time deliver a very well organized and very qualitative show for their national final and the selection to Eurovision. I think this proves that they really take it seriously and that they are trying to better themselves every time. And as far as I'm concerned, Vidbir is one of the best selection we had. I think the Nordics are, of course, amazing. We have Sanremo, but Sanremo is different. Sanremo, I don't see it as a national final. You know, it's an Italian song contest before being an Eurovision one. So I think that yes, Vidbir is one of the best orchestrated national final, especially in these hard times where it is more difficult than ever. And we saw the show was recorded first before the live version. Sorry, that was at the end of the evening. So I think they really mastered their national final, and I'm really happy for them, and I'm really happy for Vidbir to have such a strong contender this year.
Brilliant. Yeah, no, I completely agree with you there. I have a question for you all. So if this is a clear winner at the moment, which I think it definitely could be, if Ukraine were not to host, if it was a similar situation to Liverpool, so someone host on behalf of Ukraine, who would you, again, we don't have many artists right now, but which country would you love to have a go at hosting if they came in second, for example, after Ukraine? Samuel, we'll come to you. You can say Italy.
No, I will never say Italy because it was such. We know what Turin 2022 was, so we will not say Italy for now.
But they can build on that. They can,
I think so. I completely think that Rai has all the interest in hosting again, and has all the interest in doing it properly. Not choosing Torino, choosing some other cities this time. I think Bologna would be the best because we have the biggest arena there. It's just a little bit outside of the center. That's the only problem. But if I have to choose on what I have now, I might be impartial. I might be just following my tastes, but I will go to Spain. So,
yeah. Absolutely. I've said this to in another interview the other day, but a Eurovision in Spain would be amazing, wouldn't it?
Amazing.
Just a party. And a warm Eurovision. Twan, how about you?
Just the base of what they usually do, I think that it could be heading to Germany. Because it will likely be one of the top big five. And Germany is a country with quite a lot of money and very good arenas to accommodate such a big event. So I think Germany is a very likely host and is just close to the Netherlands. So I would love to Germany first so I can drive by car.
I just think that they are gonna go with the second one like we did in like they did it in 2020.
I think it depends on who plays second. I mean, if San Marino somehow manages to play second, I doubt we're going to San Marino, but yeah, I can see that.
We're going to Italy the same way.
Someone is like, yes.
No, but yes, I just think that if in the case San Marino wins, they are gonna organize it in Bologna because it's like 50 kilometers away. So it's completely for them. It's good for San Marini's delegation. They always are in Bologna. Zenit is from Bologna. A lot of participants in their national selections are from my region. My region is Emilia-Romagna. That is the region of Bologna around San Marino. So I think that if San Marino wins, we might have another Eurovision in Italy, maybe with the outer participation of Rai. I don't know. But for now,
San Marino is not going to win. So, we're talking about something that is not happening.
If Megara go with a really good rock song in Spanish, who knows?
And last but not least, Dylan, who would you love to see host? I know obviously France is hosting Junior Eurovision second time. Do you think they're ready for big Eurovision?
That would be great, yes.
Yes.
But if we're thinking in terms of who is likely to win, I mean, to end up second, I think Spain now is also a strong contender. I love it, and I would definitely go there. But we haven't heard yet of the UK, so we might just have to go back to the UK, you know.
I wouldn't mind that at all. There's so much
Well,
anticipation
Yeah,
though.
we have,
Now
to see. We have to see because in this
Yeah.
in the next 2 weeks we are gonna have pretty much
Yeah.
not all, but the majority of the songs in the
Absolutely.
next 2 weeks. We are gonna hear all the songs from Italy on Tuesday. I'm really excited. I cannot see the
You're
time.
gonna have no sleep this coming week somewhere.
Mamma mia! I don't know how I'm gonna manage to do it because this year Amadeus said we are not gonna finish before 2 a.m. all the days. So I said, yeah, we will see.
That's a weird flex.
I mean, the lineup is looking insane for Sanremo, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
it's looking absolutely insane, and it might be
no surprise though.
this
Italy just
is
brings
random.
it to Eurovision.
It is random, but for the first time, in the big five, for the first time in years, Italy might be. Let's hope. God knows. Let's hope Italy might be the first country in sending the only woman in the big five, because not now because Spain won yesterday night, but before in the odds, Annalisa was the first one. So I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm going to church every single day. That is, but we will see. Of course, I will be awake a lot of time. I will try to sleep in the day, and we will see who comes out of that complete disaster, because Sanremo is a disaster in general. So we will see.
It's going to be a fun week for sure.
For me, not a lot of fun. It will be quite difficult. Yeah, we are going to survive.
Amazing. Back to Vidbir and Ukraine for just a little longer. We're going to go around the room. Who is your favorite past? It could be this year. Who's your past or present favorite Ukrainian entry for Eurovision? And I say that like I should have an answer already. I'm going to kick things off with Mika Newton and Angels in 2011. I just love the vibe of that performance, and like she turned that massive arena into like her own. I loved the sand artist. I thought it was just, maybe an unpopular opinion, but I absolutely love that song as well. Twan, who is your favorite Ukrainian?
I love that song as well, but I'm going to give this a bit of a different take. And we're going to say Tayana, I Love You, 2017, because I think that should have won Vidbir. That's one of the songs that I still listen to like a lot, like on a daily basis. I love it so much. But when talking actual Eurovision songs, I am going to say Shum. Basic, but I love the song so much. Loved it from the first time I heard it. Been to Go-A concerts twice and just love them.
Oh, yeah, super, a great choice. I forgot about them, to be honest. I think they're my close second. Dylan?
Well, I would have chosen Shroom or Solovey because they were amazing, but Twan, you did it for me, so it's fine. I can come up with my second, and then that would be Verka Serdushka, that I love to see on stage every time. I love seeing Andrei Danenko on the jury. It was really fun to see him again. I just love the performance he pulls out every time. So yeah, I would go with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Samuela?
If I have to be honest, and I have to pick my favorite ever, even if she was disqualified, Maruv, 2019. I'm a basic bitch. And if I have to choose somebody that participated in Eurovision, I have to go with Gravity, 2013.
Sure. Yeah. Amazing
Good
choice.
One.
You kind of just reminded me there as well of another contestant who didn't make it to the actual Eurovision stage, but Alina Pash.
Yes.
Her song was insane.
Ukraine would have won the same.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%, especially that year. I think that's the only thing I thought with Teresa and Maria. It's a beautiful song. I think it's amazing, and I know it'll do amazing in MALMÖ. But I don't know if it had the same high impact as Alina Pash's song. But maybe it doesn't need that. Maybe the message is strong enough.
I mean,
the song is more.
I think it's a
more
very
empowering,
different song.
catchy.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's a very different song. I think Alina Pash is also more ethnic,
Sure.
whereas
Mm.
Teresa Maria is a little bit more generic, so to say.
Mhm.
So I mean, they are kind of alike, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's fresher and more current, and they're
Mm.
super. They're
Yeah, I
super
think
famous.
it's also, as I was saying in my reaction for Eurovoxx, the song Aliona Aliona and Jerry Hale's song is the chorus is really is, I don't want to say catchy, but it's memorable. Everybody can can sing it to it. With Alina Pash, it was a little bit different. It was more mystical. It was more kind of Ukraine that goes into a little bit more into tradition rather than into mixing tradition and modernity. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying. Maybe
Yeah.
it doesn't
Yeah,
have
of
any
course.
Yeah,
sense.
no, it makes sense.
But for me, this is more current. This is more modern. This conveys maybe also really important message. This female empowerment connected also to religion and mysticism, but in a modern way that is still connected to the roots of the culture of Ukraine, and is actually something that I really love about Ukraine, and that makes Ukraine one of my favorite countries in Eurovision, because they do because I told it in my reaction. If you know that you can do something good, go for it. Even you have Ukraine knows how to do modern songs connected to tradition, and they have the roots in their culture in a way that all the times makes it better and new. That
Yeah.
we saw it with Goe, we saw it with Kalush Orchestra, we saw it a lot of times. I think in these last years we saw it even more, because first in the 2010s Ukraine was at the beginning was more oriented towards pop music in general. Now it's with the rebirth of also of the Ukrainian language finally, because we have been blessed by Ukrainian artists singing in Ukrainian again after many years in English, for example. And I have to say thank to these artists, because they knew how to interpret music in a new way, but still connected to the traditions and culture.
Yeah, super well said. Like I say, I think Ukraine's have sent so many different things to Eurovision, but they've all been so impactful, so meaningful, and just super high quality. And like you said, it links back to their history, their roots, and it's something that they've got that a lot of people haven't. And it kind of just makes everything that's been going on in the last few years with the war, it just makes their case so much more like amazing. And the fact that they've got so many amazing musicians that they can bring to the Eurovision stage and do well, it's just amazing. We're going to go into our live chat one more time, and then we're going to get our final thoughts. Time has absolutely flown tonight. Thank you all for joining along. We've got ESC Matt Gaga. Twan, I agree. I Love You is a masterpiece and shocked it didn't win.
Yes,
We've got
still insane.
Yeah, going around with our favorite Ukrainian entries, Mega Kadir Verka. Yeah, she was absolutely iconic. She is always going to be a legend in Eurovision. And we've got Rai Bailey, Kalush Orchestra, my fave Ukraine. Yeah, they were absolutely amazing and continue to be amazing. So there we have it. Where's hide that? Yeah, no problem at all. Right, we're going to go around the room for our final reflections, final thoughts. It can be on tonight's national final, the winners, or anything that you are most looking forward to.
I might throw it there.
2024.
I might just throw it there as an idea. What is your actual top 3 now?
Oh wow! In Eurovision,
Ooh.
Eurovision this year.
Okay. Well,
I think Dylan and I have
I have mine.
quite the same top 3. I
okay.
think.
I'm gonna go in third place. Why can't I think of anyone's names? I'm gonna go with Slovenia, Veronica. This is just personal what I would like, but we'll see what happens. Second place, Ukraine, Jerry Heil, Aliona. And my first place at the moment is Tali with Fighter, Luxembourg. I just think it's a bop. I feel we're going to have a lot of bops this year, but I really want Luxembourg to do amazing this year with them return to the contest. Twan, over to you.
So my third place is Ireland, Doomsday Blue by Band of Thug.
I knew
I
it.
I got obsessed with the song so much.
I knew
I've
it
been
for
listening to it
sure.
so much. My second place, can you guess that as well?
I think no. Aspetta, I wait. I have to retrieve. Maybe
Slovenia?
Albania.
Yeah.
Albania is up there as well. But my second
That's
place
before
is
the revamp.
and then my first place, obviously, Aliona, Jerry Heil,
Okay.
Teresa Maria, winner.
Dylan?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, Dylan.
So the third spot is a bit complicated. It's between 3 countries, so I'm just going with the one that got selected yesterday, Got There from Norway. I really love their performance, and the staging was amazing. So I think they deserve to be named here. And then second would be Spain. I mean, no question here. And first would be Ukraine, of course.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got the similarities there, haven't we? Brilliant. But yeah, that was us today. Thank you, everyone in the live chat.
Well,
it's been a long day. I'm so
No,
sorry.
I don't.
Never mind. You Samuela, please tell us.
No, it's not important. So
It is
Allora.
now.
So I am really conflicted here because I am a ballad boy. So of course I love France in general, but I have to see the performance live to really, because I saw the New Year's Eve one, but it will be completely different in MALMÖ. So in order for me to be completely in love with that song, I need to see it live on Eurovision stage. For me right now, just judging the songs, in third position I have Slovenia, second with Ukraine, and first Mother Spain. That's it.
Oh, I love it. Samuela, please forgive me for that. And
we will have to spend the entire evening every day this week with him to watch Sanremo as a punishment.
Exactly. As a penalty,
Okay.
now you have
That's
to watch
the deal.
Sanremo with me
Yeah,
all
that's the deal.
days.
Team no sleep this week.
Yeah. Guys, but think about it. From 8:30 in the evening to 2 a.m. How can it be possible?
Wow.
Why? Well, it's
And they've got the same hosts for that whole time. They've got the same people hosting for the whole time.
They have different hosts all the evening.
Yeah.
Just one that is that the artistic director remains, and then they switch hosts. They have, but it's like if you take I don't know, if you take Albanian the fic and you enlarge it and make it 100 times longer. That's it. Of course, we have 30 people singing. On Tuesday will be all of them. Then a lot of guests, a lot of people singing again, a lot of doing covers, a lot of Mamma Mia. I cannot wait because
I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry that you have to
I am
go
sorry
through
for
that.
me as well. I have to say I am sorry for me as well. But it's not that I've been forced by anybody. It's just I force myself because I love it. It's actually a sign of my culture. Everybody here watches it, and we do it with family, with friends. So it's actually an experience. And for us in Italy, Sanremo is more important than Eurovision. So many people watch more. Even if I have to say I'm glad, because Eurovision is actually building a following in Italy now. Last year it was watched by 4 million people. That is quite a good number for Italy. So I am glad as well. And it's also because of Sanremo, I think, because Sanremo being also the national selection for Italy.
Of course, yeah. And of course, all of like Italian music in general is just so.
We will see. I have really high expectations for this year because we have a really good lineup. That's it.
Of course.
But I will not say anything until I see the live performances.
Oh, well, have an amazing week anyway. Guys, thank you all for joining along. Really appreciate it. Thank you, Twan. Thank you, Dylan. Thank you, Samuela. Thank you, everyone, for getting involved in our live chat and in this live. It's been a pleasure. As always, guys, please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe to our channel. And yeah, we'll really look forward to seeing you all next time. There is going to be loads coming up, so make sure you stay tuned. All right. See you soon, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.